Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real right here. That's Theo B over there. And it's Friday night, so it must be time for Vibin. What's up, my dude?
We in the building. We in the building. We feeling good. We in the building. We feeling good. We feeling good. We feeling good.
We feeling very good. We feeling very, very good. Because we ain't Laker fans.
We ain't what now?
We ain't Lakers fans.
Man, listen. Boy, look. Golly.
Lord of mercy.
You know what? It be one of them things when, to your point, yeah, you be glad you not a fan. You be like, I know y'all feeling some type of way right now.
Hey. But you know what? I understand. Oh, brother, I understand. It don't make it look no worse, but I understand.
You know what though? This me finna be petty. And I don't care because it's Friday night.
Hey.
I don't care.
The petty level can be raised on Friday.
I don't care. You know what? To a degree, if you're a LeBron James fan, you should kind of expect this.
Damn. I hope Mr. Smith ain't in here.
Okay, so you can be rooting for the dude. I do. It don't mean it's gonna play out in your favor just because you're rooting for him. It don't. We say what we want to. You can like him. I like him. I got him number 2.
Lord.
I got him. That ain't no shame in that. I got him number 2.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Smith in the building. Mr. Smith in the building.
I got him number 2. But it kind of is what it is at this point. He got a lot of, now, does he have a lot of playoff appearances? Yes. More than quite a few folks? Absolutely. Do he have a lot of L's to go along with that? Yes. It ain't like he got corresponding W's to go along with that. No, we're not sitting up here saying he didn't been to the NBA Finals 12 times and he didn't won 12 times. That ain't what we saying. We're not saying that.
Yeah.
It kind of, you want him to win. You get geeked up. You get stoked. You be like, come on, LeBron. And for whatever reason. See what I said?
Yeah, I hear you, but Mr. Smith done lit up in the comments. You made
see what I said? I said for whatever reason, it don't work out in his favor more often than not. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. For whatever reason. You know, when he was the first year he went to the NBA Finals with the San Antonio Spurs, I was right there. I was right there with when they went, he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was young. I mean, he was young. This when he had hair on his head. They went. Had Anderson Varejao on the team and stuff like that. I was rooting. I was right there. Right there. Was not his fault. See what I said? Was not his fault. They lost.
Okay. Yeah, that is true.
I was hurt. I was hurt. I went to work the next day, all long in the face and everything like that. Folks talking trash to me because I had my LeBrons on and everything. I still got a pair of LeBrons. I do.
I
watch this. I don't even like wearing Jordans when I go play basketball. Do you know why?
Why?
I can't be Mike.
Oh, okay. All I was pointing now was maybe it might be time to consider some other things.
they didn't lose because of him.
I get that.
They didn't lose because of him. They just didn't win because of him either. They need, first of all, I like Luka Doncic. If I'm being fair, I like Luka Doncic. But if Luka Doncic has to take on any athletic wing that got some handles, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Then you don't really have a rim protector. You know what I'm saying? You really don't have a rim protector. So the way JJ Redick has them playing defense is that they were, packing in the paint, giving up the 3-point shot. Well, that don't work when you're going up against a team that ain't got hot. Because you giving them wide open looks. You feel what I'm saying? Right, so now you got to spread the floor trying to catch them. Now you not packing the paint. Now those off the dribble moves become available. Now you got your Anthony. He finna make it do what he gonna do. And now you got your Rudy Gobert's cutting to the cup because you ain't got no true big man and everything. Well, yeah, okay, that's what happened. Did I say that was his fault? Nope.
All I'm saying is he gonna be sitting on. He gonna be sitting on the couch.
Ain't none of that his fault.
That's all I was saying was he was gonna be sitting on the couch. That was, and it was gonna be a smooth segue into something else. But the Theo turned into something else, and that is not my fault. So,
I'm just saying, like, I like him. I root for him. I do. I want the dude to win every damn time he play. I do. But you know who I got more confidence in out of LeBron James and Kevin Durant?
Who?
I got more confidence in LeBron James.
Okay.
At least he want to win.
Dang.
The other dude just want to play. I just want to play basketball. Clearly, that's what you want to do. Just play. So you don't want to go. You go play at everybody else and their mom except for LeBron James, huh? Boy, you ain't shit. That dude ain't your friend, LeBron.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we are so far off topic. My God.
That's what happens when we vibe. That's what happens when we vibe.
Oh my God. It's like surfing. You catch a wave and you just go wherever the wave takes you. I love that. But the reason I brought it up was because of LeBron James. And LeBron James is originally from Ohio, which Mr. Smith will kindly confirm for me. But is another part of Ohio I wanted to bring up because of something I heard the other day. And that's Columbus, Ohio. All right. Now, as you marinate on what I'm about to say, go ahead and start thinking about celebrities from Columbus, Ohio. Sports, music, actors, whatever. From Columbus, Ohio. Go and Google that while you're at it, Rock With Me Nation. And then you're going to see what I'm talking about when I get to where I get to. All right. Everybody's paying so much attention.
I don't appreciate you asking me to think this when I'm this high. I don't appreciate that.
Well, it was more to the Rock With Me Nation, but you can do that. You can do that too. All right. Shannon Sharp. I don't really too much watch Shannon Sharp show no more, but somebody was watching it and I could hear it in the background. And he had Bow Wow on his show. Bow Wow? What for? But anyway, Bow Wow said at one point he had boasted being the biggest thing to come out of Columbus, Ohio. Now, everybody who's done a Google search, Go ahead and just look down the list of those names that's in that Google search, and you tell me, is there anybody on that list that's bigger than Bow Wow?
You know what?
Go ahead,
you know what?
Light up the comments.
You
Show me.
You know what? You know what? That's the primary example. He is, figuratively, the primary example of the Napoleon complex. Cause I'm like, this not his first time overcooking the grits. It's not. It's not. One time he said he was a bigger and better rapper than Will Smith. With his whole ass chest. Will first had to let him know that I'm old enough to be your daddy. Second of all, basically telling him his mama was a groupie of his. And second of all, one of his movie checks is worth Bow Wow's whole career. I said, damn. That's then. I'm looking, Halle Berry. Steven Spielberg. Well, I'm just gonna think folks know Luke Perry. It's gonna be some more folks know Luke Perry than Bow Wow. All right, I'm just saying that's probably what that is. John Legend. Hell, Dave Chappelle.
That's where he lives now, yes, sir.
John Holmes.
You are literally not bigger than him. Pause.
Ben Roethlisberger. Now, damn it, Bow Wow, I like it, but I'm not putting you over Anita Baker.
And here, right here, Paul Martin, Simone Biles, Guy Fieri, and Philip Thomas. Michael Thomas.
Anita Baker. Woody Harrelson. Hell no. Hell no.
Hey, I got one for you. Jack Nicklaus.
Ain't no way in hell. You know what? We called it Friday Night Vibe, right?
What was that boy thinking?
We called it Friday Night Vibe.
Ray Smith say Archie Griffin from Columbus, so high
up. Wait, this Friday Night Vibe, right?
Yeah.
We gonna give him a pass, and we gonna say he was high,
or he had been drinking too much of Shannon's cognac.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and apologize right now. This is probably why we're not gonna have that many guests on the show, because he could never say no shit like that in front of me. Man, I'm the biggest thing come out of Ohio. Boy, stop. Put that glass down right now. Don't drink no more.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Bootsy Collins? Ain't Bootsy Collins from Columbus, Ohio?
Listen. He don't see this. You know, you gotta stop folks from drinking too much, not just to keep them from getting into a car accident. Sometimes you got to stop them from drinking before they get into a verbal accident. Because that's when Shannon should have been a responsible host and told him you can't have no more. You can't have no more. Look,
you know how he pressure everybody into drinking that cognac.
Well, clearly he got some good shit. Tell folks they can't look at Bow Wow, put that down. Put that. You wilding out now. You the hell no. Put that down now. Put that down. Yeah, he was
Dave Thomas from Wendy's. He from Columbus.
You ready? You ready? This me. You ready?
Oh yeah.
Mr. Ray Smith from Ohio.
maybe not Columbus, but close enough.
You see what I'm saying? Like, all right, right. You bigger than who else to what? Who you matter? What the huh?
Tell them about what they're supposed to know.
You know what? Don't make me turn my focus and attention on you, because I'm trying to figure out what movie he didn't been in to where he didn't whoop somebody's ass, to where he feel like he can be telling folks who he is. Like, all I know is you keep getting your ass whooped. That's I don't know why you keep taking them damn roles. Like, you don't nobody read the fine print. Like, what is this? Oh, I get my ass whooped. Okay, cool. No, stop getting your ass whooped.
Can I kind of I wanna shift gears for a second.
Man, I'm the passenger tonight, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. Well, yeah, well, I get it, but the ride's gonna be smooth. Trust me. Okay. Where were you at?
You're gonna ask me to think again. Shit.
When you first saw like live action Marvel characters, like say on a TV screen.
Oh wait, now on what now?
On a TV screen, live action Marvel characters in like a format where it was like, okay, it's that superhero. It's all about that superhero.
I want to say I was living with my aunt in Atlanta, Georgia, and Spider-Man was popping up on the electric company.
Okay.
I want to say that I was like, ooh, let's wait.
Okay. So now, granted, when you saw like, cause see here, I'm gonna quit playing. Okay. Then what I'm getting at right here. Okay. Boom. I'm gonna hold up. Let me get my that right there. That what I'm talking about.
Oh, you mean TV? You mean TV series? TV series?
Yeah.
I was for the Incredible Hulk, Bill Bixby. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and for everybody else, I was in New York.
Okay. Now,
Wonder Woman.
Right. But I'm kind of focused on these ones right here because I'm going someplace with them. Now, they wasn't the best effects back then. Okay, but did that make us stands because we just accepted it and just was like, all right, this is our shit and we gonna rock with it? Because I know some people watched it and was like, that was some trash.
If I'm speaking for myself and the crew that I rock with back then, we knew what it was and we accepted it for what it was. You know, we were all comic book heads, so we knew that wasn't Steve Rogers, but you know, what we got was what we got. We knew that wasn't Spider-Man because the execution of that show was just god awful. But we got what we got. And in regards to the Incredible Hulk, I mean, that was the best out of all of them. That aside from Wonder Woman were the best representations of their actual characters back then, you know. But it was what it was. I don't look back at any of them shows aside from Wonder Woman and the Incredible Hulk as being the closest representation, the best executed shows of the characters.
Okay. Now, this was not a, as they say, 1-to-1 translation. Hell, this shit wasn't even 3-to-1 translation. but we accepted it because it's all there was. There was literally nothing else. Also, did you watch Spider-Man the other night? Yeah, he crawled on the wall same damn way he did in the last episode. Oh, he swung across that building in the same way he swung across that building. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, can we see like a bad guy from like the comics? No. They came close. They had a clone. And Spider-Man had a clone, and Spider-Man was fighting himself, and they couldn't even make that look cool. I mean,
bro, I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. And you know, Hasbro released the action figure based on that.
Yes, I know.
Man, I was so the utility belt being outside the costume was just like, you know what, y'all don't even care. Right. Y'all don't need, because why do I if I know it's there, I don't need to see it. You just felt, and then oh my God. Mind you, I like Red Brown as an actor. I do. I like Red Brown as an actor. When they put him in that Captain America costume, I was like, how the hell did you get it wrong? Like,
oh, that's not the wrongest you could get a costume.
Oh man. Hey, I was like, what the hell is this? I ain't never been so damn disappointed in a costume adaptation in my life. To this day, the Wolverine costumes, the X-Men costumes ain't got nothing on that right there. That was god awful for no reason.
Was season 1 Daredevil on Netflix? Was them first couple episodes an homage to that?
Can I just say this? Can I say this? The fact that wave caps were out back then, which are sheer enough for anybody to see through, there's no reason why that was born. There's no reason for that.
Bruh.
How do you say in the costume department? Daryl, how do you say in the costume department, I don't have any black friends, without saying I don't have any black friends? You have an actor show up with some crap like that on their face.
Hey, but it worked because it was all we had.
You're right. So you gotta show the picture of Thor. You gotta show the picture of Thor.
Oh, hang on. I think I got one up here. Wow. Oh, what was he thinking about? Oh, he was. Oh, I know. I have.
That's Thor. No, the hell that is not Thor. No, that's not.
You know what?
No, that's not.
I can pull one down. Give me a second.
You know what? This is how the MCU should have known it was in trouble. We was tripping as kids.
Who that supposed to be?
we was going ham as preteens and young adolescents, like, no, hell no. Hell, why that Captain America got rubber ears, dog? Did y'all see him? No. See, they should have known. We was gonna act the donkey. we the wrong generation.
Bruh, this is my man. This how my man. This how my man go right here.
Bruh.
That's Thor. They all hanging out with the Hulk. What's up with that?
You know what made it so bad? You know what made it so bad? So we get this, right? And a few years later, I joined the United States Marine Corps, right? And while I'm stationed in Camp Del Mar, California, after boot camp and everything like that, schools battalion, one of the movies we go see at the movie theater came out was Avengers and Babysitting.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I did not understand how Vincent D'Onofrio looked more acted more like Thor in a movie about a babysitter than what I got over here in a movie that literally was supposed to be about Thor. I did not. He had the long flowing blonde hair. He had the accurate helmet on. And I'm like, okay, so he can have on the helmet, but over here we can't do that.
Ooh, my bad. I don't know. Can we?
Y'all probably don't know. Vincent D'Onofrio used to be him. I don't know. His agent told him if you get big, you'll get a whole bunch more roles, and he ain't looked back since then.
Hey.
My dude, what was it? Not he was Private Pile. What was it? What was the name? Full Metal Jacket. He was
the bug on Men in Black.
Men in Black. He was in the movie with what's your girl name? Jennifer something, but whatever that young lady name is. You know what I'm talking about? She was like a psychic or something like that, and he played like a serial killer.
Oh shit! You got me there.
Remember the young lady that was the dancer on In Living Color? Jennifer Lopez.
Was he?
Yeah, that was him. She played like the little psychic or whatever in the middle prison or whatever with the little serial killer and everything like that. That was Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, The Cell. The Cell. Okay. It was futuristic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
He was in that, and then he was in the movie with Denzel Washington, The Magnificent Seven.
Vincent D'Onofrio was in that? I'm playing. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, my dog. And then Law and Order. We're not gonna forget the great job he did over there at Law and Order. Vincent D'Onofrio, him.
Yeah, that's right. He was.
Vincent D'Onofrio is a legend in the game.
You know who is the man? Vincent D'Onofrio's agent.
Yeah. I told you, hey, bro, if you gain weight, bro, you set for the rest of your life. But I like looking like this.
He been eating since the 80s.
Literally, figuratively, and literally, yes. He was in what movie was he in? He was in a Jurassic Park movie. Like this, he don't miss.
Okay, you gonna have to. You making me IMDb it. So we could just get a nice little.
My dog don't miss. My dog don't. I've never, and I ain't saying he ain't done one, but I have as of yet to see him do a role, and he at the very least don't handle his business.
Men in Black.
And his business.
Full Metal Jacket. Ed Wood. Godfather of Harlem.
Yep.
Dumb Money. Night of the Cooters. Hawkeye. The Unforgivable. The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Did you see that?
I ain't seen it.
He played Jerry Falwell.
I can believe it.
Hey, I ain't tell you nothing. You need to watch that.
I said, you can't. I ain't saying it don't exist. I'm just saying I ain't seen a movie yet where he ain't handled, not just a movie, anything where he ain't handled his business.
Yeah. He does well.
Hey, I don't give a damn if he got a bit part. If you don't handle your business, he finna steal your scene.
Hey, Yeah. I seldom seen him in a role that I didn't say he did his homework. He did his homework.
I think it's safe to say when Vincent D'Onofrio takes on a role, we see the role and not him. I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
Okay.
what we got next?
Speaking of roles,
huh?
I say say again.
No, I said what you said. You said speaking of a role.
Yeah, that one right there.
Mr. Carl Lumley.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we wasn't watching this.
I'm going to say, I don't know what I had going on. I don't know what I had going on. I don't. I was missing it. I don't know what I had going on. Really? I knew it was there. I did. I don't know what I had going on though.
Okay. And you understand the premise behind the character.
I do. I understood it then. Like I said, I don't know whether there was something else coming on or whether there was something going on where that particular night I wasn't home.
Fair enough.
They probably couldn't afford a VCR back then.
Goodness. Basically, it put him in a role that at the time we weren't seeing a lot of black men in. You know what I'm saying? You the lead protagonist in TV show, you know, and that was when Fox, you know, it was young and hip and brash, and you know, we're gonna show these edgy shows, and this was one of them, man. And that first season was like, it was banging. You know what I'm saying? And then season 2 just kind of, yeah.
Now that's what I read. I did read up on the show. I did. I will say that I did read up on the show, and that's one of the things that I did come upon was that the first season dealt with some real issues. Dealt with some real issues, and Fox kind of navigated away from that. In the second season, replaced majority of the cast. I think Carl Lumley might have been one of the few people that came back from that initial season, and they changed up the whole tone. Tried to make it more funny, than what it was, and everything like that. So check the writing. The writers changed and everything like that. It wasn't even the same writers from the previous season. So I did read up on it though. I did, but like I said, I don't know why I kept missing. I don't know why I kept missing. I don't know what else was coming on. I don't know. But there was something going on where I kept missing. Don't know.
Okay. Well, anywho's, it warranted another season. It definitely warranted another couple of seasons because they had barely like dug into the character. And I think, you know, Sam Raimi, Sam Raimi, the Sam Raimi, he could come up with it. All boiled down to, I feel like, if we gonna depict a African American protagonist, the person writing him needs to know who an African American protagonist is. I ain't saying that just the African American person, but you gonna have to make other African American people believe it. You know what I'm saying? And so that character's got to be credible.
I think when I look, because that's something that I've thought about recently, the portrayal of African American heroes, and you and I have talked about this in the past, and it's something that I reflect on different parts of the conversation. And one of the things is when I look at African American heroes, their origin is always tied somewhere to the inner city. The inner city is always tied into it. Unless that character is born in Africa or something like that, by and large in America, it's tied into the inner city. Virgil Hawkins, Static, is the only one whose story is in the suburbs, if you will. But by and large, everybody's story, whether we're talking,
not to cut you off, but do you know what the main protagonist's name was on Mantis?
Who was it? What was it?
Miles Hawkins. See how they could bring that back and tie all that in together. Oh my goodness. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those things where it's like we don't know how to tell that story. A superhero story is a superhero story. And when you start making them stereotypical, they take on a stereotypical feel. They should be able to tell the Black superhero story, Asian superhero story, Hispanic superhero story, Native American superhero story, no differently than they tell the European superhero story. And they get stuck because, well, the Native American story has to feature a reservation. Does it? You know, the Asian superhero story, at some point in time, they got to make it back to the homeland. Like, you got to remind us right then and there. Even with Kamala Khan, they went above and beyond to establish her ethnicity, and they make it a part of the story in ways they don't feel compelled to do it over here. Just which, if it's not organically done, in my opinion, forced upon the reader to the point where it becomes a part of the story in and of itself, yeah, it could drive away the readers. We know Kitty Pryde is Jewish. We get one story, see that pendant on there and everything like that there. You might hear her mention her faith every now and then just to keep it in the back of your mind that that's what she is. But other than that, it don't play a part.
I think that was an X-Men comic book you referring to where they were fighting Dracula.
Right.
I think that was the first play I saw where it was like, nah, it don't got to be a cross. It just got to be a religious symbol that you believe in. So I guess, an Egyptian could throw up an ankh or something like that. So yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So it's one of them things where if they just tell the story organically, let it form organically. Like, we can know that the character is a Christian. You can tell right early, early in the story, the character was coming from church one Sunday morning. Okay, well, character go to church. You ain't got to do that throughout the whole story. Every few pages, the character was at church. Okay, if that's what you're finna do, something better be going on at the church. You better keep telling us about this church for a reason.
Church must have an integral part to play because it keeps popping up. There's something you want us to know about the church. What is it you want us to know?
You got to do that. You got to do that. So I just think that's what it is. I just think, to your point, and they've talked about this. I'm gonna give props where props due. Ernie Blurred Without Fear mentioned it. You gotta, and then, because I want to make sure I'm careful when I say this, you gotta have somebody that is not only Black but cares about Black. I think we've experienced writers that they Black, they don't necessarily give two damns. You got to have somebody that's either we got to have somebody that's Black and that cares about Black, or if you're going to be writing the story, get you a Black homeboy, Black homegirl. It's crazy to me how folks keep saying, I got Black friends. Use them.
Educate yourself.
Don't keep telling me, well, I can't be this because I got Black friends. Clearly, you're not talking to them.
Kamayo mentioned some other notable shows of the same ilk as Mantis, Nightman, which is an adaptation of a character from a Malibu comic. Then you got Viper, and you got Scorpion. I think are we talking about Black Scorpion with the gal in the skimpy outfit and driving around in the car, and it was a movie. And then of course Mutant X and Cleopatra 2025. Who didn't enjoy Cleopatra 2025? You know I did. What is Ronnie do what?
Didn't they have a show called The Cape?
That was a little later on, but I remember that show. I remember that show. He asked, is Mantis the first disabled superhero on television? He was on Daredevil beat him by a couple of years in the trial. In the trial of the Incredible Hulk.
Wait a minute.
Another disabled one from before that.
I'm gonna ask. I got to ask. Is Colonel Steve Austin considered disabled?
Hell no.
Why not?
Yeah, because he has I don't know.
He using prosthesis? I could be wrong, but isn't the sheer definition of being disabled is you must be missing limbs? Something you missing something.
Okay, he did. So Steve Austin get to park in the front of his leisure suit.
Hey, all we know is, listen, he got a better leg prosthesis than quite a few other folks. That's all know. It worked. It worked. His government invested in him in ways they not invested in nobody else. My dog blind in one eye.
So if the government, he said, so something like if he don't pay his taxes, the government can take his eye.
I ain't saying.
We're going to take that on.
Mind you, can I just reiterate one more time that I'm upset about the fact that he looked good for $6 million. He looked damn good for $6 million. $6 million, he looked damn good. Meanwhile, over here, Victor Stone, over here. I'm not understanding that. Especially when I'm thinking about
Manning and Michael Collins, for that matter, too. Yes, I get it. Cyborg clothes. Y'all
between the Purple Ray and the Lazarus Pit and whatever else we got going on in DC. Damn near forget the apocalyptic tech that's comprised. That's what? No, $6 million. I get a whole ass dude that look human, but I got Cadmus and Star Labs, and that's what I got. And I'm supposed to be happy, ecstatic, jubilant.
Can I speculate here and say perhaps that doesn't happen because what essentially makes him cyborg would no longer exist. So we would have to create a new power set for Victor Stone.
Why? Why? Steve's sitting over here. He got telescopic vision. We make it work. He got 2 bionic legs. He run fast. He got one bionic arm. Vic can't have all that and still look human.
But a comic book is a different medium. A comic book is a visual medium. I gotta be looking at what look cooler, a guy in a leisure suit jumping up out at you, or this mechanical, half human kind of mechanized thing launching a missile or shooting a plasma beam or some white noise or some shit like that.
I'm just saying. It's not lost on me that over in Marvel, I got a brother that's burnt to a crispy toast, and he looked worse than the dude. You know what? Honestly, you know what? You know who he looked like? Do you know who? Deathlock looked like the Black Bizarro version of Cyborg. That's exactly what that is.
Grid. Oh, oh, oh. What about what about what about oh, I gotta tell you something about
Not
this.
like you got a song going on. What about what?
They talking about Manimal.
Who?
You remember Manimal? You remember that show?
Wait,
Manimal?
Mandible.
Manimal. The dude, oh, I think he like went to the jungle for a couple years and this mug learned how he learned how to shapeshift basically into animals.
No,
But the only ones he was shapeshift into that I can remember was like a panther, and I think one time he shapeshift into like an eagle or a hawk or something like that.
no, I don't remember that.
It might have been some other ones. I might have missed that. I might have missed, but that was yeah, the 70s, man. They like here. We just gonna throw this at you right here. Let's see. Is this the same Eric gave you Buck Rogers and all that type of stuff?
The only thing I remember is Electro Woman and Dinah Girl.
You remember that?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What you mean, do I remember that? It's Saturday morning. Don't do that.
That's the first thing pop in your head?
You ready?
Is it
go
about
with me. Go with me. Go with me.
Okay.
Electro Woman and Dinah Girl. Stay go.
Mighty Isis.
That too.
That's where if that's what we talking about, then it might Isis. Plus
Let me let you know how.
Plus, she had a cooler power set.
Let me let you know how I'm picking up what you're putting down. Electro Woman and Dinah Girl came on ABC. That was early Saturday morning. I had enough time to switch to TV after watching George of the Jungle and Dave, whatever he had going on, flip it on over. Flip it on over to CBS. Catch me, my almighty Isis.
Yeah.
Shazam riding around in a
motorhome with an old man. Oh, that's my mentor. Dude, that relationship is so inappropriate on so many levels.
If you say so. If you say so,
hey, I'm mentor and this is Billy. We're here to help. Who are y'all? That's my first question.
Because don't none of this look right. Like, clearly you're not his dad.
You way too old to be his dad. You his uncle, his grandfather. What y'all doing riding around?
No, Daryl, you ready? Yeah, y'all don't look like y'all got nothing in common. Nothing. Maybe the Y chromosome. That's about it.
Mentor, I think I should consult the elders about this one.
Y'all don't look like y'all related worth a damn. Y'all don't.
Must be talking about Bruce Wayne and Richard and the other kids, but I'm like, what about Billy and Mentor over here? That looks very inappropriate. And he got a motorhome? Did they have legal papers? Was he his legal guardian? Was he supposed to be hanging out with him?
You know what though? That one is bad.
That was the 70s for you, bro.
That one is bad as the show that used to come on NBC. Because those parents had to be nominated for the worst parents in life. When the land of the lost, when they got their kids lost with some sleep stacks, like. But that was this one go camping.
That was a occurrence every week. They got lost in the land of the lost.
What? You know what? Speaking of which, I'm gonna use that as a segue because I said I was gonna ask you about it. So there's a thing going on, and I just wanted to get your take on it. You know,
Okay.
it's making its rounds on social media.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, here. Hold up. I gotta get ready for this one. Okay. I'm ready now. Here we go.
So, 100 men versus one gorilla. Yo. Have you heard about this? That's the first thing. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I did a segment last night on my live.
Okay. So me and you kicking the bobo tonight together and everything like that.
All right.
For those who may have missed the live, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all, we gonna forgive y'all for missing the live. Tell us your thoughts on the 100 men versus. First of all, are you in this?
In this. What do you mean in this? My thoughts? I can give you my exact thoughts. I can tell you what I said. It's the same thing I said last night.
I mean, like, are you part of the 100? Is what I'm asking you first. Are you part of the 100?
No. Not if the goal is to try to physically overcome the gorilla.
Okay. All right.
But on a deeper level, my hope is that people see the symbolism that imagery is actually envisioning, because that image was not made by a black man. That image was made to depict a black man's place in this world, because that's what we always doing. We fighting somebody over here. It might be them taxes, it might be the way we get treated, it might be work, it might be something going on over here, some hardship we got to overcome. Them the 100 men, we the gorilla.
Okay, so you looked at it from the symbolism aspect of it.
Yeah.
I was either not high enough or too high. I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it.
I looked at it both ways, but I want people to understand it has a deeper meaning beyond what we looking at far as physical. Because
see, that's why we got
that's only like one or two ways that shit gonna turn out.
That's why we got Friday Night Fight. Yeah, because I didn't. First of all, that's a great symbol. I like how you looked at that and everything. You explained that to the Rock With Me Nation.
Right.
So I'm gonna think about that later on when I come back down. But for right now, I'm gonna stay right on up there yonder. Why would somebody contemplate? Because you said the symbolism, which I thought was ironic. You said didn't no black person come up with that. A mother of mine said we didn't think of this either. We got a lot to say about it, but I don't believe this was us. I don't believe we sat around, hit the joint, and wrote. If they would have said 10 dudes versus a pit bull, that's us. That's us. That's us.
Or a gorilla versus a grizzly bear.
See, that would have been us. But I'm saying, like, from the human aspect of it, you could say we ran. If it was something involving a dog, a pit, a Doberman, or something like that, that's us. That's us. We're never contemplating us running up on no creature from the wild. No grizzly bear. We don't even want to smoke with a raccoon.
Hey, yeah, I'm not one to be. Yeah, and trust me, up here is plenty of wildlife that you just run into. You ain't got to be in the woods. You ain't got to be in the woods. I can be walking down at any point in time. I could be walking down the street and I can run into a bear, B, a moose, or C, a wolf.
I got a question. You standing outside. It's you and 99 of your homeboys. And the majority of your homeboys.
No. No.
Wait, let me finish.
Anything you say. Okay, go ahead. Finish.
You standing outside. It's you and 99 of your homeboys. Some of them standing off to the side of you and everything like that, but the majority standing in front of you. Okay. And in front of them, about 10, and ain't none got no weapons.
Right.
Ain't none of them got no weapons.
Okay.
They all about your height, your size. And standing between you and them, I'm gonna say they standing between you and the silverback gorilla. What you finna do?
Nothing.
You standing out? Or you piecing out?
I mean, if you say by nothing, I mean, when I say nothing, I mean, I'm not there. I'm not at that place. Why would I be?
So what you're saying is you don't like your friends' chances, 99 of them. You don't like their chances against a silverback gorilla, and you 100th person. You don't like them odds. You don't like that.
No, not really. I mean, if 99 of the people I run with come across a silverback gorilla, the last damn thing we thinking about doing is tackling that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If we being realistic, but if it's like some old crazy jigsaw type shit where they just throw everybody in a fucking chamber and it's like you can't get out, it's either you or this silverback gorilla got the key in his stomach, and y'all got to get the key from this silverback gorilla. And if you don't do it within an hour, a poisonous gas gonna release and kill all y'all.
That's about the only scenario in which I'm sitting up here looking at folks me and a silverback gorilla got to put. I don't want none of that smoke. I don't want none of that smoke. I don't want it if I'm number 50. I don't want it if I'm number 100. The silverback gorilla got hands for feet. I don't.
Yeah. And then,
as I said today, first and foremost, you can have 99 dudes with you, but not every dude that you got is even qualified to fight another dude, let alone a silverback gorilla.
Well, I'm led to believe. Where's that echo coming from? Is that you? That's you.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I ain't hear no echo.
You don't? Okay.
I ain't hear no echo. I got a little bit of a slight head cold, so I don't know.
Oh damn.
But yeah, I don't see me. You know, I done seen too many John Wick movies, too many Equalizer movies, where you keep seeing people get effed up and you steadily keep running up on them. And I kind of expect that to be the same thing with the gorilla.
Yeah, brother, that's on his side.
Oh, okay.
It is an echo, but it's only when he talks. I don't hear it when you talk.
Oh, okay.
That part.
I ain't saying, I'm just saying, like, I don't see me.
Thank you, Alicia.
I don't know what life I'm in where I think I got a good chance against the silverback gorilla. It could be you, Mr. Smith, Kamoyo, and I know Kamoyo about that life.
It's been speculated that 100 men can overcome a gorilla. You know, some gonna have to die, but the gorilla gonna get tired. The gorilla gonna get tired at some point, and then the rest of the men will be able to overcome it.
but you don't know which one gonna be you. You don't know.
It ain't gonna be me. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me.
I know that. You know what? I know how for it not to be me. I just don't need to be in that scenario. Like I said, I don't even know why we was contemplating this. Like, you know what? Yeah. I just want to know what my odds look like, because I just never know. One day it might be me and 99 of my homeboys having to face off against a silverback, and I just want to know what our odds are.
I would rather face off with 99 people I know how to handle themselves in a fight rather than just 99 just because I like you. Just because I like you. Some people I like got injuries that have impaired them for life, and they got a little trouble ambulating, let alone getting into a fight. So I want some trained, you know what I'm saying, or somebody proficient enough with their hands and feet. You know what I mean? Because you can't do no damage if you. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say if and I mean this with the utmost sincerity. I'm gonna say if I find myself somewhere with 99 other dudes having to square off against a silverback gorilla, I'm thinking I done made a series of bad decisions within 24 hours.
Okay.
Because I don't know how I even wound up in that situation. No, you're not finna put me in no gladiator arena, throw me on some shit, and put 99 other dudes in there, and it's a silverback gorilla like be like, get him. Because I know what you just said. 10 of us probably finna bite it.
More than 10.
If not more. Like, for me to run up, I'm damn sure gonna have to see him slumped over tired.
Because the only way you getting your hands on a gorilla, if you dare to do so, more than likely is gonna be from behind.
I don't.
Nah, I ain't tripping on nothing. I ain't tripping on nothing like that. No way. But let me present a question to you.
Yeah.
Do you think characters that are portrayed by black actors should be considered black characters, even though that character ain't black?
No. I know some people gonna feel some type of way about that, but no. And it's an easy no for me.
Okay, so Martian Manhunter falls into that category. Martian, Martian Manhunter don't get a pass to come to the picnic.
I mean, you know what? Just because he keeps showing up in live action as a black person, he European in the comics. So I mean, and to me,
he shapeshifts into one.
Or he shapeshifts into a woman. And so to me, that's where the true representation, that's where the legacy come from. That's where the long lasting effect comes from and everything like that. Because we can say we want to, but to me, the printed word has always outlasted the video. You know, we will take the printed word and try and turn the printed word into video. You know what I'm saying? Very seldom do we find ourselves trying to translate the video over to the printed word. And even with that, the video starts off from the printed word. It starts off as a script, which to a degree, a script is nothing more than a book.
Well, what I'm getting at is, say for instance, okay, you're talking about a character that's appeared in print. What about if we talking about a character that ain't never appeared in print? Case in point, Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack is an animated character, an animated Japanese character, voiced by a black man. So that's just a kudo on that man's resume. That doesn't necessarily make, oh, well, Samurai Jack, because we do that with Martian Manhunter just cuz. And it's like, no, he ain't. It's a Martian. Martian Manhunter should fall in the same category Starfire falls into live action. Y'all shouldn't be
No,
tripping on the fact
but
that it's a
I
black
mean,
woman playing her. She's from another planet, and in the comic book, they orange.
right. But now Starfire does not change into a white woman or a white man. She's just an orange woman. The reason why it's an easy no for me is because I know, as sensitive as we are, and we're sensitive, we sensitive. We real sensitive. When I think about what was said when Aaron Pierre was cast as Jon Stewart,
Mm-hmm.
when I think about stuff like that, when I think about how we talked about our actors being able to do this, that, and the third, they would have one time to take a character that's historically black, a historically popular black character. Because I know we had what's her name? I keep forgetting Angelina Jolie portray a biracial British reporter, European reporter. I know she did that, and we've had that before. We had folks play Michael Jackson after vitiligo broke out. But a white person playing Sam Wilson, hell finna break loose. A white person playing T'Challa, hell, Aurora, hell finna break loose. And hell broke loose to a little bit when the young lady portrayed Aurora after Halle Berry did. There would be one time, and I wouldn't want to hear it. I wouldn't want to hear it because I'm like, if we was gonna be okay with it, then be okay with it. One time for them to portray one of our characters, and we would wet the bed. Just one time. And we've seen it because when that whole Black Panther video game was talking about being dropped, oh, you can play as is. Oh, so we finna really have a white person sitting on the throne. White people be all in the comments and everything. Why can't I be the king of Wakanda and everything like that? Oh, yeah. And I see how we start snapping when they start talking like that. One time. I don't even want to go down that road because once you open up that bottle, you let that genie out, you can't put it back in.
Okay.
But that's me though. That's me. That's me.
And sir, I respect your opinion.
What's that?
You're
That's me.
entitled to it.
Don't come jumping down my throat. That's me. Get in where you fit in.
All I was doing was making a comparison because a lot of people tend to claim certain characters as black simply because they're voiced by black actors.
And I
If,
feel that.
if the character's black, yeah, I can see that. But yeah, you doing too much when you assume aliens and robots and that because Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Hero, Phil Lamar was the voice of Jarvis. See, thought that was somebody British, didn't you?
I mean, no, because since I've been knowing you, I didn't learn to do my research.
Okay, okay. Just making sure everybody know what I tell you, you're gonna get some entertainment too, because it's me. You know what I mean? But we still vibe.
But it's one of them things where I look at it like this. You know, as a studio, because I think Jeff Johns was over those projects and everything like that. You're doing it for a reason, and there's nothing wrong with the reason why you're doing it. You're saying, hey, we put the Justice League together. By and large, there's no reason to have all these white characters here. I mean, folks act like you can't grow as a society. When you know better, you do better. Okay, well, we inexplicably Superman is white. Inexplicably, Arthur is white with blonde hair and blue eyes. Inexplicably, the damnedest thing. Okay, well, this character ain't finna shapeshift into somebody white. This character is gonna shapeshift into somebody black. regardless of whether the character was, found by a white scientist. It could be because he was ostracized when he came to Earth. He took on the identity of another group of people that he felt was ostracized. There's nothing wrong with John Jones for now and forever being portrayed as a black character when he's not green. But that would be forward thinking. And DC is like, no, we got to keep it like this. Well, it doesn't mean anything just because you're doing it on screen. It means you're doing it on screen to appease me, to make me feel involved, to make me feel a part of. But if you really wanted me to feel a part of it in a meaningful way, then this change would take place in a lasting way. I can say what I want to say about Marvel. I got to give them props for what they did with Nicholas Fury. I know that's Nick Fury Jr., but the character black.
Or it could be any number of Nick Furies.
Yeah, so
we've introduced and now we've turned it into everything is just it's an alternate universe. They're all alternate universes. They are not the 666 You must understand this. Leave that what I was doing. That sounds and smells very much like a cop out.
You know what? You know what's weird? Saying alternate universe right now, that's a mulligan. That's a mulligan. That we ain't even got to worry about telling no good story no more, because that's what we're gonna keep saying. But you and I been knowing about infinite universes since we was in high school. You still we had Earth 1, Earth 2. We ain't finna act like that. We've been knowing it was multiple Earths out there. The only folks this is the new hotness, sexy, flexy thing to is folks probably not of the silent generation or Generation X. But by and large, we've been knowing this. But it wasn't no damn excuse for you not to be able to tell no damn good story. As you say, make it make sense. Oh no, these okay, well, how did we get to Earth 1, Earth 2? Well, Barry got on the treadmill and Barry ran so damn fast he vibrated over to an alternate Earth. Oh, okay. Okay. It better make damn sense.
I'm vibrating.
Why we got the Earth? Why we got the JSA linking up with the JSA? Well, they coming they come together once a year, just kick the bobo and everything like that. And just this one particular time, one of the members of the JSA, the original Mr. Terrific, took a dirt nap. So they had to figure out what was good in it. But we ain't just saying this okay. We didn't roll ourselves into a corner. Oh, it's an alternate Earth that's gonna fix it.
Tell a good story. Get the mileage out of the characters you need to get out of them, and then come to an end.
So because this is an alternate Earth, Reed Richards dumb as hell.
I ain't gonna speculate. I'm gonna need to do more research, but there's no rhyme or reason for that ending.
So on this Earth, Black Bolt's abilities don't come out his antenna as well.
Again, you got the mulligan to explain it off. In this universe, you know what I'm saying? So where's the creativity? You know what I'm saying? It stifles creative writing. That's all you can come up with is, it's the multiverse. You know what I'm saying? That's all y'all got now is multiverses. But you know what? I'm gonna stop because, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
And we don't even know. And like I said, we not even. To me, it's like, okay, well, the incursions. This started in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Okay, so since the
Or
Multiverse of
even sooner
Madness,
in Loki.
huh?
Or even sooner in Loki.
Right, sooner in Loki. So there's nothing tying any of it, regardless of whether we saying, Kang was supposed to be the one to tie it all together. Not if we was using the incursions in the first place. Kang ain't got a damn thing to do with the incursion. Okay, so you wanted to bring Kang in, use him. Well, you never Kang is not involved in the incursion, so you never had to use him in the first place. You just throwing Jonathan Majors a bone. Okay, well, you got the incursions. You never paying it forward. There's nothing going on with, so we just get the Fantastic Four in 14 months. No, that should have been an incursion. There should be incursions going on in the MCU right now. Honestly, the Avengers movie, if they really want to set this thing up, the Thunderbolts movie, the Captain America 4 movie, and the Fantastic Four movie, time frame wise, should all be taking place around shortly after the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. All those movies should be taking place at the same time frame. This should be a incursion event. This could have Doctor Doom riding in, doing whatever the hell they want to do in and everything like this. And honestly, if you're looking at an incursion, then you can have it where Doom or whatever, he selects survivors from different Earths. He just crashed every damn Earth. The Fantastic Four go to take him on, the Avengers, the X-Men, and they all lose and wind up on another damn Earth and everything like that. But what they got going on, it ain't, you know what? God bless them. It's going to make sense to somebody.
And that there was where I was at with it, which beggars an even more interesting question. Okay. Does having one hit movie seem more significant than having a string of hit movies? Here's what I mean. If you have been keeping up with the performance of movies in general, I mean, just over the past couple of years, very seldom have we had a quote unquote banger. Is a movie expected to like have a sequel better than both story wise and financially? Do we expect the expectations and the profits to ascend with each subsequent movie? Seriously.
I think
Siri thought I was talking to her. Hush, girl. Like that, huh? That's a cool command, huh?
I read somewhere where someone said when it comes to storytelling movies, we put too much into special effects. We put more into special effects than actual storytelling. And so when you ask the question, I think it's an expectation level, but the expectation level, what is it steeped in? Do you have a great script in front of you? Do you have qualified actors that can bring that script to life? Did you do enough with your special effects department to give them enough time to bring certain things, into play the best they could? When you get something like that, you get a hit. And it don't even matter what it is, because I think general audiences, regardless of whether that's their first time being familiar with something or they read a book based on it, when we look at what was it? Not it was it Airbender with the blue people?
Avatar.
Avatar. I can't. That was a beautiful movie. The writing was where it was supposed to be. The actors, and I don't outside of Sigourney Weaver, I don't really think we're saying the majority of the actors there were critically acclaimed. She is. I know the male antagonist went on to do some other movies and everything like that, but by and large, it was Sigourney Weaver. They did a great job. So I could tell everybody cared about what they were doing to bring this movie to life. And you got a blockbuster. You got a blockbuster. So perfect storm. Somebody knowing the audience that they were appealing to, knowing what the audience was there for. But
Paul Martin say Avatar, aka Dances with Wolves in Space.
yeah, I mean, I think it's one of them things like Wild Wild West was a hit.
Was it?
Western.
Wild Wild West was a hit?
That was a summer blockbuster.
It made money, but was it a hit?
You know what? That was one of the movies they said Will Smith was using to rule the summer. I'm just telling you. I don't know what the definition of a blockbuster is, but
maybe he got paid well.
No, they said that movie ruled the summer.
Wild Wild West, huh?
Now, Daryl, I didn't say Wild Wild West was all that. I said it ruled the summer. It was they said it was a blockbuster.
Okay, they say a lot of things.
They talked about Wild Wild West like it was Independence Day. I think that's two different movies, but hey.
Wild Wild West had a $170 million budget and grossed $222 million worldwide. That ain't doing well. But okay, if there is such a thing as a cult classic. And people like it after the fact and learn to appreciate it after it was supposed to have reigned supreme and do what it was supposed to do. Hey man, just saying. Do movies decline? Movie franchises, do they decline? I mean, the initial answer is yes, but my thing is, how much further can you squeeze that MCU tomato?
Well,
from a linear standpoint.
Well, okay. If we're being realistic, going off of what they're doing right now, you're probably done. You're probably done. But if you were to go off the source material, you have years, decades, ages of stories that you could tell. But the way it's going right now, you don't have a choice but to end it soon, because you're not basing it on anything, and your imagination is limited based on your knowledge. So you're not really pulling from anything. You're pulling from what you know, and what you know is limited. So that's gonna stall out. You can, as Kendrick said, fans aren't slow. They know the difference between a good story and a bullshit ass story, regardless of whether or not they like the people that's in the movie or not. It don't matter. We like the folks that was in Batman Forever. Was that the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and George Clooney? Okay, well, I think we like the folks that was in the movie. The movie was crap.
Well, yeah, from a professional, fiscal, and whatever else you want to look at it standpoint, terrible.
Yeah,
Absolutely terrible.
we can like
I
the folks
like
in
that they tried to capture the Batman 66 kind of energy, but it don't seem like nobody knew what their job was. You know what I mean? Except maybe Chris O'Donnell. Everybody else seemed like, yeah, you are so weird and out of character, and you feel forced.
you know what?
Especially
If I
Arnold
had to go back to
Schwarzenegger,
it
like
now,
every other thing came out of Arnold Schwarzenegger's mouth was a pun, was an ice pun or some shit like
you
that,
know what?
and it just got tiring after a while.
If I had to go back to it, reflecting on it right now, Batman Forever was too much like the Adam West Batman, and folks had moved past that. Folks had
Way
moved
back.
past that. Once Tim Burton did his thing, we was gone. We don't want to see that no more. We you do that as an animation. You don't ask me to pay no money to see that.
They sure tried it.
So, but no, to your point, I think if you know the source material, and we're being specific, or at least I am, comic book wise. If you know the source material, there are so many great stories you could tell, and we know that. If we look at the cartoon Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Assemble, the 2 seasons. Okay, well, that's just the team. That's just the team. How many movies is that? Okay, we each episode was like 30 minutes or whatever. So we gonna say we got at least what, 6 movies out of that?
Well, when you add the ones that was cliffhangers and continued on in another story, hell, that they had that one Gamma World. That was a two-parter. That alone could have been an Avengers movie by itself.
Okay, so now watch this. That's the Avengers. What about the solo movies? You see what I'm saying? Like, if you folks want to discredit it, and I don't get it, but I'm starting to just accept it as an inconvenient truth. I don't like it, but it is what it is. People really don't respect the comic book community like that. They don't. They don't they don't care about the comic book community in ways they care about their stuff. And they don't have enough respect for what we care about in ways they would get pissed off if we didn't respect their shit. It's like, and I'll be sitting there listening, I'll be talking, I'll be like, I could never act like I don't give two damns. I was telling Alicia, when we get on the radio, we get on the Breakfast Club, you and I could never have a conversation with them about hip hop, rap, nothing, and not give two damns about rap or hip hop. We can't. We're not going to be taken credible. We can't act like we don't give a damn, and we can't act like what we know is good enough. No, we having a conversation about rap and hip hop. You either know or you don't. And if you don't know, you better say you don't know. You're going to have folks calling in. You're going to have Jess with the mess wanting to roast you and everything like that. You're going to have Charlamagne the God throwing his shots and everything. And we know that. But with this over here, and it don't matter. I don't care who says what about their fandom. When you listen to them talk, they aren't a fan. They just like it. And they like it because it's popular. I can show up and say, ooh, y'all, I like Black Panther. Ooh, y'all, I like Batman. Ooh, y'all, but they know more about Batman. Ooh, y'all, I like Power Man. Can't tell you shit about Luke Cage. Other than the fact they can't even tell you nothing about no damn Sweet Christmas. Huh? Yeah, dude say Sweet Christmas. I thought he said coffee. I thought he liked coffee. Thank you for telling me you watched the Netflix. No.
And unfortunately, that is the conflict that having separate universes creates. And I knew way back then that this conflict was eventually going to come up, and everything was going to become convoluted, and a lot of folks are going to seem overlapping. You know what I'm saying? And now it's time to do a pruning of sorts. And that's what we seem to be in the process of. And then after that, hit the reset button. I really hope that they hit the reset button, because people are ready to see something else. Because this idea about finding whatever random ass character you can, whatever D-list character you can, and talk. And I'm tired. I'm even talking about this because I really don't even want to bring it up no more until they redress what was addressed.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. Like I said, Kendrick said it best: the audience isn't slow. It wasn't just you and I, as knowledgeable comic book fans, that preferred Avengers Earth's Mightiest Assemble, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes over Avengers Earth Assemble. That cartoon was put out. Both of them were put out. Both of them were put out. You feel what I'm saying? And they canceled one for the other. Well, they wasn't just putting those cartoons out for me and you. Hell, by and large, they wasn't aimed at me and you. They were aimed at our kids. Well, me and you watched them, but the overall audience favored the source, the cartoon that favored more the source material. The general audience favored that cartoon more and still heralds those 2 seasons better than the 5 seasons they got with Avengers. That's including that Black Panther solo series. That's including that one. So I would think that if you are paying attention, you would be like, okay, well, if I give them this, it ain't as bad as what I think it's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to have to update it. No, it's not going to be a one-for-one adaptation. But if I hit the key notes, because I would think if you're Marvel, you're not going to grow the comic book fan by changing the comic books to match the movies. That's not going to work. That's going to alienate the comic book fan. What you can do, though, is if you, based on past history, because the Avengers movie wasn't a one-for-one, but it hit the key notes in regards to the comic book, the source material. If you do that, then you can grow your fan base from the movies over to the comic books, thus get more money. The fans ain't the comic book fan, the movie fan, regardless of what story you're telling in the movie theater, don't feel compelled to go to the comic book store. It's the comic book fan. The comic book fan is still going to a degree to see the movies, but is realizing more and more the movies don't have anything to do with the comics. Thus, the monies from the movies is not being made. I don't see what's so hard about that.
Those are the same people who told us that characters in skin tight suits looked silly, and that it would never make money on the screen, and was trying to option for putting everybody in leather. But lo and behold, when somebody said fuck it and just put people in colorful costumes, oh my goodness, look what happened. Now you're making billions of dollars. So that beggars the question, what else were you wrong about?
Action figure selection. Because I don't know what we finna do with this. These are 2 packs coming out. Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, the Sentry, and US Agent with that ugly ass shield.
What you talking about? I got gang essential. And I got that Red Guardian that came out with the Black Widow line. I got about 3-4 Black Widow bodies, man. I could just slap a blonde head on a Black Widow body. Boom. I got a Taskmaster. Hello, Thunderbolts. I got a U.S. agent. Bam! I give him the comic book shield with the Captain America and Winter Soldier outfit. Bam! Look at that, hurting
You
him, hurting him.
you know what I don't get. You know what I don't
What was
get.
that?
So the U.S. agent that's already been released. That was Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yelena
Right.
Belova, damn it, that's Red Guardian. What was wrong with the two characters who had basically two updated costumes? I get it, they female action figures, they female characters. But what was wrong with the Ghost and the Taskmaster? They had two brand new costumes.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
And can I ask you a question?
I got Thunderbolts at the house. What was a
Spoiler alert.
yeah.
Spoiler alert. I'm saying that now. If you don't want to know, you can tap out right now. Spoiler alert, because I'm finna talk about Thunderbolts, and I'm finna talk about one of the characters being deleted, and I'm
What you
finna name
talking
said character.
about? I don't give a shit.
I'm finna, for those that care, I'm gonna count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if you got your audio turned off, I'm gonna cover up my
And
mouth.
account for time delay.
Huh?
There you go. I said and account for time delay. There's about a 5-second time delay. So yeah, now you
Yeah.
can do it.
So why did we even put Taskmaster in the movie?
Because we don't like the one that Taskmaster that she is, and it'd be a great idea to kill her off.
Put her in a whole brand new costume, and she get snuffed in the head by Ghost.
Probably the least interesting character anyway.
I Daryl. You know more than I do. You do. I say that. Did you watch Black Widow?
Yeah.
Isn't it Natasha's fault that old girl became the Taskmaster?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this movie, Yelena says, because they asked what happened to Taskmaster. Oh, she killed people. She had it coming.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know if that's. I mean, I know she did some bad stuff, but I don't think she doing the bad stuff. That stuff like that. If your sister and Hawkeye don't do what they did. I don't think that's what that is.
Hypocrisy.
So that's a plot hole. Like I'm like, no.
There's always tons of those in these movies. Tons of
Like
them.
y'all just gonna, man, boy, look.
How
Do
does
y'all read?
how
Do
does
y'all even watch
how does
movies y'all put
how
out?
does how does Red Guardian, who is obsessed with Captain America, not know that John Walker is the third man to hold the title of Captain America in the cinematic universe?
In the cinematic universe.
But he's obsessed with Captain America.
They don't even watch their own movies. Like y'all. Never mind. See, we doing too much. We doing too much. We taking it too serious. It's a movie. We
I
just supposed to go
know.
watch it and enjoy.
And we vibe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna. You know what?
Let's do this.
You watch movies in the 80s.
Let's do this real quick.
I hear a sax.
Bro, that's a nice action figure.
Oh, he say give Rom that free pub. Give Rom that free pub.
But that's a nice. This a nice. Listen, I'm looking at it. I've looked at it. I've marveled at it, and the way they put it together. I told Lisa, I said, this is more like the comic book than the first Raw action figure we had. This nice. I you know what? It's wrong for me to say this, but I almost want to swing on Hasbro for not doing more than this.
Well, like you said in your video, it would be an amazing idea to have a ROM Build-A-Figure phase and a Dire Wrath be the Build-A-Figure in that set. That's just it can't be done no better than that. I don't see how they couldn't do that or capitalize on that. Or maybe they like it ain't enough ROM fans out there for that. That was my.
You ready? Then why make the damn action figures?
Because somebody in a boardroom meeting one day said, "Hey, I remember when I was a little kid, I used to play with ROM. Hey, let's make that an action figure."
You ready? No, that ain't what happened in the war room. That ain't what happened in the war room. Y'all got an idea for an action figure? There's this dude on YouTube named Theo. He said something about an action figure. Theo, who the fuck is that? Don't matter. Say something about wrong. And we do own the IP. So we ain't got to share that money with Marvel.
Ain't got to share with Theo, neither.
Right. We ain't got to share. Yeah, he don't know.
Hey, boy, you better, if you coming up with all these innovations, boy, you better lawyer up.
Man,
the folks out here fighting and stealing in this bitch on a daily.
I just want, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad we getting it for the community. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But I have my Cash App in my videos. You feel what I'm saying?
Dig.
They can send a brother some change. You know what I'm saying? You can send
or
a
they
brother
can
$50, something like that.
Take credit for it like they did.
Huh?
I said, or they can send you nothing and take credit for it like they did.
I mean, you know, hey, send me a damn action figure at least. If I ask for the damn action figure, send it to me.
Well, hey, speaking of action figures, sir, that is an excellent segue into what I have to share right now.
What you got, big dog? What you got?
I was fortifying my random characters that you could probably use for something else.
True.
And I got this right here. Zombie. Overwatch.
Okay.
Here, I'll take it out. Hang on. Let me take it out back.
Okay. You see how I came in close?
There you go.
Oh, she nice. I like her.
You could do a lot of things with that, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I like the color.
Yeah.
I like that color.
I pull this out here. Yeah, we get a little close-up look. She's a little thin, but that's what you got close up. That's what you got close up.
I like that.
Yeah, get that. See that detail.
I like that. Get you a nice little mystical look and everything like that.
Yeah. And that's what I thought of with the way she was holding the hands. You know, how hard would it be to put her into, one of these kind of poses? But it's, Overwatch, so they kind of wonky in their own sort of way. There you go. How about that? That looks like she casting a spell on something.
No, that's right. Listen, that's an action figure you can use in a Doctor Strange setting.
Yeah, or even a Dungeons and Dragons set.
Yeah. If you got it like that, if you got it like that,
and I do. Hey, got another treat for you.
Okay.
And this one is courtesy of our friend at Flash by Night. So shouts out to my man there. He told me about it. He hit me up because I guess the word got out again about me and my antagonist videos. And so he sent me issue 1 of Concrete Comics Acolyte.
Okay. One time for the one time, Flash by Night in the building.
And issue 2, the Kickstarter of the Acolyte.
Okay. One time for the two time.
And then I got issue 1 of Absolver.
Okay, we got Grand Slams in the building. We 3 for 3.
Okay.
He making it do what it do.
And issue 2 Kickstarter of Absolver.
Damn. We just gonna clean the bases, huh?
All courtesy of my man in Flash by Night. And they all were Concrete Comics titles, Black-owned company.
That means y'all need to make sure y'all got y'all notifications on for my brother to bring y'all those comic book reviews. That's what that means.
Hey, y'all already know. Yeah, give me a little time to internalize them babies. I hit y'all up with a little something for you. Know it? You dig?
Speaking of comic book review, hey, did you check out Power Recharged?
Power Company. Power Company.
Yeah.
I ain't checked it out yet, but I plan to.
So I'm gonna be dropping the comic book review tomorrow. I'm currently editing it and everything like that.
Oh, okay.
Talk to me about Jace.
What you want to know?
Tell me because that's the one that's Batman, right?
Jace, Tim, Fox, yeah.
Huh?
Tim, Jace, same person.
Okay. Damn.
He Lucian Fox's estranged son.
So what's his name for real? Is it Jace?
Tim, Jace, Fox.
Oh. Jace is his middle name. I'm sorry. I told you I'm high.
Okay.
So what's his personality like?
Kind of a black version of Batman. I mean, he's not ultra vigilant when it comes to that sort of thing, but he is kind of a standoffish, grizzled sort of cat.
He damn sure okay, so it makes sense then. Because damn, I thought that was Bruce.
Yeah. He give off that kind of energy.
Like if you didn't know no better, that's Bruce. Now, what I will say is that aside from that, he does a great job. And when I say he, I'm talking about Brian Hill. He does a great job of reminding me of Denny O'Neill's version of Batman, the world's greatest detective. That Batman, he does that with Jace in this book. Jace is featured heavily in this book. Forget who's on the cover. This is very much Jace's story.
Okay.
It's Jace's story, but he does a great job in writing Jace as being a problem solver, a detective. And I hadn't, when we've done so much with Batman and plot armor over the years, he kind of went back to that. Because you remember we used to read it where Batman would walk you through the steps of how he was solving the case.
Right.
Brian Hill does a great job in doing that and everything like that. So I just wanted to see if it was me in regards to Jace's character because I like, God damn, like
Yeah, he's the same kind of hard boiled detective of the night. Yeah, exactly that. But I mean, we know also in that assemblage, we supposed to get Bolt at some point.
supposed to be getting who?
Bolt,
Bolt.
BOLT.
Oh, I guess we will. Now I didn't see where there was another issue coming out. I thought that was odd. I thought this was an ongoing series.
Has that book came out yet? Is that because that the one you ain't talking about the one came out in February, right?
No. I'm talking about the one that came out yesterday, 2 days ago.
Okay. Huh.
No, the one that came
Why
out
would you do
February.
why would you do a one shot and only feature Batman?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't like I said. I didn't see where there was another issue coming out. That might be because they just ain't updated the information yet.
We don't get to see Josiah Power.
He in there.
Okay. We don't get to see nobody else. Do we get
I
to see?
mean,
Do we
let
get
me
to
put it
see
like this.
Signal? Do we get to see Vixen? Do we get to see?
They in there.
Clearly, we don't get to see both because you would like who?
Black Lightning in there. They don't do nothing.
Okay.
The two people that do more, Josiah and Black Lightning really don't do anything. They show up in the beginning and in the end. Vixen and Signal, they have a little bit of interaction and everything, a little bit of action. But no, this by and large, this Jason's book.
Okay.
This Jason. Don't get me wrong. The way he writes it, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes sense the way he write it. But I'm just telling you, even though it says power company recharged, no, your expectation level, this is Jason's book.
It don't make no sense to make just that one book. That don't make no sense. It makes no sense to me. If that's a one shot, I'm like, that's a cold one shot. You ain't giving nobody else no shine.
when,
And you can
when
show everybody who's part of the power company.
listen, when they said, because it threw me, I was like, that's it? Because it said the Signal, his abilities are photokinesis. And I'm like, I thought it was more to him than that. I thought it was more. I thought he actually could see a little bit of the future, which helped him out when he was fighting. Like I thought he had a little bit of premonition, which made him an adept fighter. I thought we was doing more than the photokinesis. I'm sorry, I didn't know all that. I'm gonna have to go back and check. But no, this is Jason's book.
I'm gonna have to hang on one second. You done lost for a second. Go ahead, keep talking.
No, like I said, it's a decent story. I just wasn't sure. I wasn't familiar with the Jace character as Batman, so I said, well, let me ask somebody. I figured you would know. So yeah, he remind you of Bruce. Boy, look, he remind you of Bruce. He Signal Duke called him, said something happened, and said, I need your help. And when Jace got on the case, Jace told Duke, this my case. I don't need your help. Hold on.
Wow.
Let me tell you, the way Jace was acting, now we know out them three, Jace, Vixen, and Duke. Jace is the rookie. Jace the rookie. You couldn't tell based on how Jace was talking to them. Jace was talking to them like, oh no, Duke is the rookie. And I'm way more of a veteran in this than Vixen. Y'all stay the hell out my way. Actually, my bad. He told Jefferson, Pierce, Josiah, Marie, and Duke to stay out his way.
He gonna end up getting hurt. Because he gonna catch one of them on the wrong day, and they gonna activate a can of whoop ass.
Hey, when
I
when
know
I
he don't want no parts of Vixen, and he
listen,
damn sure don't want no parts of Mr. Pierce.
when when I tell you, he told them. I mean, he acted so much like, "Stay out my way. This my case now. I don't need your help." And peaced out, dolo solo. I said, "Ooh." I said, if that wasn't Bruce walking out on the Justice League, I don't know what that was.
Obviously, Batman come dime a dozen, so they
Listen,
throw him in
I
the
don't.
gutter and go buy another.
Now, I think if this is an ongoing issue, there is some tension between him and Vixen.
Damn it.
She don't like him. She said she don't like him. One, because he Batman. Two, he a new Batman.
But he act like that old one.
He he ain't even he ain't even filled out the uniform yet.
But is that a good thing for us to have a black Batman that acts like the white one? Is grumpiness a prerequisite? Richard didn't act like that when he had the cape and the cow.
That was my question. That's why I asked you, because I'm like, okay, he remind me of Bruce. Like that's what that is. Do I want him to remind me of Bruce? Is him reminding me of Bruce a bad thing? Because what is his character like outside the costume? Because I ain't seen that yet.
I'm sure he had a run back in I forget when it is specifically, but he's got a run as Batman. And you just gonna have to pull back and find which one of them issues it was, and then you can read up on him like that.
But I'm saying, like, going forward, that's what would define him as a character. What is his personality like? Because
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole story arc of him.
what I'm saying, I get that. What I'm saying is, if it's not different than Bruce's, then is he different from Bruce? Because Dick is different from Bruce. Jason is different from Bruce. Tim is different from Bruce. And Damian is different from Bruce. Now, when I
Jason,
look at Duke,
Jason or Tim ever been Batman?
huh?
Jason or Tim ever been Batman?
Yeah, Battle for the Cow.
Okay.
Yeah, Battle for, yeah, they was putting hands on each other. So, yeah, they picked it up before. So, it's one of them things when I'm looking at him like, okay, yes, he's Batman. But what sets him apart as Batman? What makes his Batman distinguishable from the other Batman? Because those who when Dick was still Dick when he had the cowl on, he was still Dick. Jason was still Jason. Batman had 2 6-shooters on him. Like, no, Batman had 2 Desert Eagles on him. Like, Tim wanted all the smoke. When Jason did it, Jason had his bow staff with him. He was still Jason. So they were still them wearing the cowl, and they conducted themselves like they would if they were who they were not wearing the cowl. So this character, he acts like Bruce.
I'm gonna have so much fun diving into DC
I know y'all.
and going back and recounting these stories and giving my perspective on them because it's a whole bunch of stuff. Like there's some stories, I'll be honest with DC that I glazed over,
Mhm.
and then there were others that I gave like a deep read. But there's a lot of them now. I feel like I'm gonna have to start going back and checking some stuff out because they done had a lot of things going on. I'm kind of curious to see how they DC's storyline measures up to Marvel Zombie.
I think,
Because you know it's a direct response.
well, I think you say that one time because I want to make sure I respond to it correctly.
Deceased.
Oh yeah. That's a direct correlation. I've been keeping up with some of it from Comics Explained. You know, they do like the storyboard and everything like that.
Right.
Um, what I would say to you is this, and I don't know, maybe I'm playing favorites, maybe I'm playing bias. A zombie story is a zombie story is a zombie story is a zombie story. Like, regardless whether it's Marvel, DC, at the movie theater, it's the zombie story. Somebody feasting on a heart, you know, not a heart. They feeding on one another. That's what they did. They feeding on one another. Like I said, this gonna sound weird. The best zombie story, bar none, period, point blank, period. It ain't Marvel zombies. It ain't DC's Deceased. It's Jeff Johns' Blackest Night.
Okay. I am not about to argue with you.
The
And they
reason why I say that,
also got a vampire story.
yeah, the reason why I say this is because
How they bite each other? Why did they do that?
the undead were attracted to you because they knew you. So imagine folks that you had a relationship with, you were cool with, just popping up out the woodwork. You know that's gonna mess with you emotionally. You know what I'm saying? And they want that. Like, the only way to overcome it is for you to see a long lost loved one, friend, or whatever pop up, start talking to you, and you just don't have any type of emotional response. Other than that, they coming for you. And what they want, they ain't trying to eat you. Care about eating you. They want your heart. They want your heart. Like, damn all this we finna. No. That's not what they there for. They there for your heart. And they're using your heart to power up a black power battery. That story right there, when I saw who they did, Aqualad getting deleted was tough. I was like, golly. The Hawks getting deleted off the rip. I ain't never seen an elongated man get down like that. I was like, God.
Well, a lot of people met a grisly fate in that storyline.
Yeah, bruh. It was ugly. Like, I was like, and it was like, these were characters to a degree you had developed relationships with and everything like that. When I saw what happened to Jason's girlfriend, I was like, oh, they tripping. Then what they did the damage, I was like, shit, Jeff don't care.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. You bottom line is tell a good story. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Yeah, what you're talking about. But if you talking about it well, folks gonna sit down and of course, did you enjoy Stargirl, the series, the TV series?
I did. Now,
Jeff John?
yeah, Jeff John. Yeah. I liked it. He had me the first episode because I was blown. I like, wait. The Injustice game didn't ran up on JS. They didn't ran up on the JSA and then ran a fade.
I can see that happening.
Bro, I was asking so many questions. Like, that episode never made. I was like, stop. I got Icicle. I got Solomon Grundy. I got the Shade. All right. I got Dr. Fate. I got Green Lantern. And I got a Flash. I just happen to have a Starman. I got a Hawkman, a Hawk Girl. and I got a Johnny Thunder. And I'm supposed to believe that Icicle, Shade, because I ain't caring about nobody else. Everybody else is just a human. Icicle, Shade, and Solomon Grundy, they ran the JSA or Fade at JSA HQ. I still wasn't able to make sense of that. I tried. Ooh, good God Almighty, I tried. Because I couldn't make no sense out of that one. I couldn't. I still can't. But he had me though.
Yeah, that's a sign of a good storyteller. That's a sign of a good storyteller.
Yeah, man.
Still waiting to hear back from a few of them. Well, brother Theo,
do we know who Stargirl was based on?
Stargirl?
Yeah.
Who she was based on?
Why he created her?
Thought she was a legacy character.
His sister. She was a legacy character, but that was based on his sister who had cancer.
Oh yeah. I did. Yeah, you should have said what real life person.
My fault.
I knew that. I knew that. But
we out the dog.
That's a good, interesting piece of trivia to end the show on, bruh. Folks been trickling in and out of here all night long, but I think it's about time we gonna put some panties on this. We done did enough to it. Appreciate. Rock with me, Nation. Rock with us. As always, I'm D-Real. That's Theo B. And we about to be up out here. Y'all be good. Y'all be good to each other.